Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Brennan, creative director at Different World. A lot of people are still asking us, or a few of you have still asked us, what is the Level 1 Brand Diagnostic? Can you explain it a little bit better? So we sat down in the last few days and put together this slide because we really need to explain the value for entrepreneurs and businesses. Let us know what you think. So, in a lot of companies, strategy is kind of a bad word, you know? Some of us don't even know what it means. You know, I didn't even know the true value of strategy early in my career. And for all most people care, it's a bunch of wasted meetings that are boring that don't yield any actionable results. So, in a traditional project, the brief, the creative brief, the instructions come from the client. They're given to the agency or the development agency. We generally don't have control over the brief. It comes from the client. But what happens if the client doesn't have a brief? Where do you start? You know, where do you begin? Uh, Worse, what if you have multiple stakeholders and multiple decision makers who all have to be aligned to give the green light on a project? So the starting point is you really define it, right? You have to have a common objective to aim at. The question is, how do you do that? Do you have a way of doing that? Do you do it with your feelings? You know, here's what I feel. Or do you guesstimate? Or this may be a hypothesis, try a bunch of things. Or do you lay down the law and demand this is what it should be? You know, how do you get from point A to point B? How do you come up with a creative brief or a roadmap, a plan, something that you can give the team to do something for you? The answer is strategy. Strategy, it's getting from point A to point B, you know, coming up with a plan, a framework, a guide for your journey. Whatever you want to call it, that's what strategy is. Here's the question. How do teams do that? You know, sometimes they argue. Sometimes they say, hey, let's have a strategic offsite. You know, that's a popular one. But the problem is that nobody likes that because it takes forever and they're usually pretty damn boring. I've been to one. Here's the kicker though. No one really follows the strategic roadmap that's set. You know, most people just do what they want anyway. So this is where the Level 1 Brand Diagnostic comes in. So the Level 1 Brand Diagnostic is a low-stress, fun, facilitated strategic planning process. It's composed of three easy planning exercises that can be done in less than a day with the team. You basically have facilitated work sessions that are tried and tested, and there are prompts that help get the conversation going with you, our client. Define who you are, define the customer, and define the goals and priorities of the project you're doing. But you do this all together with all of the stakeholders in the room. And the best part is that you don't have to have all the answers. You know, we use the collective intelligence of the people in the room to help create the creative brief. So at the end of the day, you have the brief, you have the guidelines, you have the roadmap, and we can design from the brief. So now our design directions are driven from the brief and everything is aligned. Why is this important? So this is important because by understanding your customer's needs, we can design better and higher performing solutions that actually help you achieve your goals. Better yet, by incorporating strategy into your business practice, you become invaluable and irreplaceable to your clients, which means you can charge more for your services, you can cut down on development time, production time, in addition to just going up the value chain overall. And here are the results. The results are really tangible. These are people who have used the Level 1 Brand Diagnostic to really jumpstart their brand, business, and take things to the next level. Sharon, board president, writes, we had the best creative experience with the Different World team. They have a process that gets you to your desired result, leaving no stone unturned. They revealed that your brand should say about who you are, what you represent, and what you bring to the world. I highly recommend this team to you. CEO and founder of Seguri International writes, working with Different World enhanced my company and really took us to the next dimension in business. Their staff is creative, innovative, and I can guarantee that you will see a positive, quantifiable result in your business after working with Different World. Founder of Cuba Skate nonprofit Miles Jackson writes, Different World has helped build my project with innovative ideas. Their knowledge and experience have been thorough and invaluable to Cuba Skate. I look forward to a continued working relationship with Different World and highly recommend them to anyone in need of brand development and outside of the box logical ideas. Our Level 1 Brand Diagnostic is the only difference between success and failure. Anyone that suggests you do less is either not a real friend or very confused. We help you establish the right levels of action and thinking that will guarantee your success and ensure that your business is operating at these levels throughout its life cycle. Our Level 1 Brand Diagnostic will show you how to define the correct goals, accurately estimate the effort needed, and discern how to approach your project with the right frame of mind, and then determine how much action to take. Don't wait another minute. Invest in our Level 1 Brand Diagnostic today. Call 917-524-7337 or visit us online at differentworld.com.